Hey guys, this is Data Gyan, and today we'll learn how to perform a concatenation in MySQL. So this was a recently asked question in the interview, and I found it very like a challenging one because these type of questions you will not find in the interview very frequently. So I thought to prepare a video for you guys. So if you guys see a question like this, you would be able to answer that. So here, as you can see, I have mentioned in the interview panelist asked me how to perform a concatenation in SQL. So the answer for that was double pipe. So you can answer it in that way. And practically also, we'll see through an example that was asked to me in an interview. We'll see how to perform a concatenation. So to make you understand, let us go for the paint. So I have created a basic table. The schema column name is ID, and the interviewer asked me, like, the input table is A and A, then B and B and C. So the requirement was I need to create a new schema column that was total. Okay, and the requirement was first the name should come, like the ID, and then how many A's are there. So here you can see 3 A's are there. So I need A3, again A3, again A3, and then B2, again B2, because C is only one time, so C1. So requirement was like this. So this was the question that was asked to me, and I'll show you through the example, like what I have created, the similar question that I got interview, like how I performed that and how you can do a concatenation. So again, we'll go to my favorite compiler, that is Programmers, and let's create the table. Okay, so I'm using the same information that the interviewer gave me. So I'm just running the query. Our table name will be T1, okay? And the schema column is ID. That will be a character with the input as 5. And let us insert few of the values. So here you can see, I have created the table. Let us like see if the values are inserted or not. Doing select star from T1. And if we run this, as you can see, I've created the table. So I have given 4 times A, B is 3 times, C is 2 times, and D is only 1 time. So the answer that I want is I should get a new column as total. And because A is 4 times, I need A4. And because B is 3 times, so I need B3. And C is 2 times, so I need C2. And D is only 1 time, so I need D1 in front of all the respective columns. Okay. So for that, if you would have seen my previous videos, you're aware that if we require aggregated and non-aggregated column together, for that we need to check the over clause. Okay, so let me perform that. We are selecting the ID, and with that, what we are doing is like we are going for the count of an ID. Okay, and as you have seen in my previous video, if you use over, then we give partition by, let's do the partition by ID, because all the A should be segregated, all the B should be segregated, and similarly it goes for C and D. Okay, and as the interviewer asked me to create the table as total, so let us alias that as total. So if we run this, you can see it is coming as A's are 4 times, B it is counting as 3 times, C is coming as 2, and D is coming at 1. But this does not solve our problem. Okay, so the requirement was to concat it. Okay, directly he was asking me to concat it and give me the solution. So it will be a 2-stage problem. First, we should be aware about the over clause that will help us to like segregate the what you can say is like segregating the uh, uh, columns, sorry, segregating the rows on the basis of schema column. So here we can have like multiple A's and B's and C's as per the schema information that is there in your table. But you want all the A's to be counted as a single block. For that, I'm using the over clause, okay, and partitioning it by the name of the schema column, that is ID. Okay. And as I told you, that if you want to do a concatenation, you have to use the double pipe. So if we do this, ID will be concatenated with the whole rest of this. So the total, as we have aliased is total. So this ID will be concatenated with the count of ID over partitioning with the ID. So if I run this, now you can see ID is A. Okay. How the values are going? It selected this full block. It counted it as 4. 4 came here, count of ID, partitioning it by ID, and it concatenated it with IDs. So the ID for this particular section, that all the A's, is just A. Yeah. So A is coming and it is concatenating it with 4. So as you can see, our tables become like this. So if I just copy this for your better understanding, let me just paste it over here. Now you can see this. With the over clause, we got the total number of count. Okay, this is the non-aggregated columns, and these are the aggregated columns. So we got the count of how many times A is there, how many times B is there, how many times C is there, and similarly for D through the over clause. If you want better understanding, look for the video in my playlist from basic to advanced SQL. You will find the over clause there. And then using the double pipe, I concatenated the ID respective to their count. Okay, so this is the way I was able to solve the question. Okay, and if you face similar kind of a question, you can go and use the same philosophy to solve the answer. Okay, hopefully you would have learned something. If you like the video, please like and subscribe and share it with your friends who are going to give interviews. It will be really helpful. And if you guys keep on encouraging me, that helps me to keep motivated and create more such content. Thank you guys. See you soon.